That music you hear in the background is the Oscars site in 4 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact. Ooh, look at my poofy hair this morning. In 4 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact, the nominations are going to happen. So I'm going to switch the camera over. I'm going to show you. In the interim, I'm going to tell you in the next 3 minutes and 56 seconds my predictions. Oh yeah, my predictions. Hi everybody that's joining me. Hi, how you doing? Supporting actress: Laura Dern, Scarlett Johansson, Margot Robbie, and probably Jennifer Lopez. Kathy Bates, Annette Bening, and Nicole Kidman have shots. We'll see what happens there. Best Actress: Renee Zellweger for sure. Charlize Theron. Scarlett Johansson's probably going to get nominated for Supporting and Best. Don't be surprised if Cynthia Erivo if that's how you pronounce her last name. She played it in Harriet. She was Harriet Tubman. And the one I'm really hoping for in actress is Lupita Nyong'o in Us. Really hoping for that. Obviously, actor's going to go to Joaquin Phoenix. I'd love to see Adam Driver, Leonardo DiCaprio. Taron Egerton's probably going to get nominated, and I will be very happy if Jonathan Pryce gets nominated, but I think he's a real dark horse. In the supporting actors, I think Brad Pitt's for sure. I think Joe Pesci's for sure. I'd love to see Jamie Foxx get nominated, but the two I really, really, really would love to see get nominated as Best Supporting Actor are Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, and above all, the one I'm rooting for the most that hasn't been talked about at all during this award seasons is Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse. I'm really hoping that happens. And then for director, you're probably going to see Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, as well as That Get Picture. Scorsese, I think, is a shoe-in, as well as Tarantino. And then I think it's toss-ups between these three. One of them's going to get blanked, and it's going to be Sam Mendes, pretty sure is going to get nominated for 1917. But then there's a slot open for either Todd Phillips or Taika Waititi. And that's tough, because I want both of them to be nominated. I personally would prefer them over even Bong Joon-ho, as much as I love what he did and would be happy if he gets nominated. 1 minute, 45 seconds. Original screenplay, Marriage Story, please. That is so well written. 1917 and Once Upon a Time. Those are the ones that I care the most about, actually deserving noms. And then in adapted screenplays, Two Popes, Joker, and Jojo Rabbit. We have 1 minute and 24 seconds. And they're going to go live. I've got my Buffy. I've got my stupid babies with me. Thank you, everybody who's joining me right now. I'm going to be switching back and forth my phone to the Oscars thing on the laptop to moi. Okay? And it starts in 1 minute. That's that background music you hear. What do you guys think? I see you starting to put some comments on there of who you think deserves to get nominations today. Thank you for the lots of love to me and Andrani. Cholet will win Best Picture. It should win every year, don't you think? All right, here we go. We got 30 seconds. Let me turn this around. Let me see how I can get you switched around here comfortably. There we go. Let's widescreen this. They went dark, which is terrifying me. Where are they? They said 30 seconds. They should have kept the countdown screen on. Don't scare me like this, Oscars. Doom 3. There we go. And yes, I'm such a dork. I woke up like twice this morning. Because of Lance waking me up, but also because I was so excited about Oscar nominations. Please welcome the President of the Academy, David Rubin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the brand new David Geffen Theater at the Academy Museum.
Oh.
We can't wait until the museum officially opens later this year, when the world can experience, in person, a sweeping adventure into the greatest movies and movie makers of all time.
Thanks. Get to the noms.
We're here this morning to announce nominations for the 92nd Oscars.
We know.
All the nominees are voted on by members of the Academy.
We know.
An international community of artists.
Uh-huh.
What makes this Oscars so special is that these nominations are given to artists by their peers.
We're well aware of that.
Actors nominate actors. Editors nominate editors.
I know.
Directors nominate directors.
Go away.
You get the idea. And now I'm pleased to introduce this morning's hosts, Issa Rae and John Cho.
Good morning, John and I prepared a big opening, like a monologue.
It was really good. It was really
So
funny.
good, yeah.
A lot of good jokes. But we decided that all people really want to hear is who is nominated.
That's true.
So let's get started.
Thank you.
Members of the Academy's Actors Branch nominate these performances by an actress in a supporting role. Kathy Bates
Yep.
in Richard Jewell.
Not a surprise.
Laura Dern in Marriage Story.
Not a surprise.
Scarlett Johansson
Yes!
in Jojo Rabbit.
Heck yeah, they did that. Thank you.
Florence Pugh in Little Women.
Wow. Margot Robbie?
And Margot Robbie.
Yeah!
Strong list.
Super strong. On to achievement in costume design. The members of the Academy's Costume Designers Branch nominate The Irishman,
Okay.
Jojo Rabbit,
Yes. Well done.
Joker,
Yes!
Little Women.
Wow. Nobody, I think, was thinking about Joker for
Once
costume
Upon a Time
design.
in Hollywood.
Oh, that's fantastic.
For waking up so early.
Congrats. The Sound Branch oversees two categories. For achievement in sound mixing, the branch nominates Ad Astra,
Don't know it.
Ford versus Ferrari,
Yeah, the sound in that was fantastic.
Joker,
Oh my goodness, Joker's gonna get a bunch of noms.
1917, and Once Upon a Time.
Hey! Wow.
Proper, you good? You feel okay?
Oh, Joker's gonna get so many noms.
The nominees
That's
for
so cool.
achievement in sound editing.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
Joker,
Oh my stars.
1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. You were in first Star Wars?
My son told me Star Wars or come home and shame, Dad.
Well,
Here are the nominees for original score voted by music.
Joker, please.
Joker,
Yes! Mm!
Little Women, Marriage Story,
Oh, yay. That was a beautiful little score.
and Star Wars: The Rise.
Oh,
of
what a
Skywalker.
surprise. John Williams' last Star Wars score.
short films and feature animation branch oversees the short film categories.
I can't wait to
Best
see
animated
these.
Short film, here are the nominees. Hair Love,
Hair Love. I like the title.
Pitbull, Memorable, and Sister. Do you have Sister?
I do not.
Oh, one.
For Best Live Action Short Film, the branch nominates Brotherhood, Nefta Football,
By the way, hang in there for, I'm glad, if you think it's boring, go away.
Saria, and A Sister. I don't have a sister, by the
Okay,
way.
I'm sorry for you. Now for another acting category. The nominees for performance by an actor.
Willem Dafoe, man, I will lose my mind if you call him out.
Hanks in A Beautiful Day.
That is so uncalled for, it's not even funny.
Anthony Hopkins
So forget Willem Dafoe. Okay, that made up for Tom Hanks.
Pacino
Oh man, really?
Joe Pesci is The Irishman.
Wow, they're gonna not do Willem Dafoe.
Pitt in Once Upon a Time in
Awful, 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 awful. No Jamie
We
Foxx.
still have more nominee
Wow.
announcements. We'll be back at exactly 5:30.
All right, so let's talk about those for a minute, shall we? They always do this. They take a little break. Yeah, I saw a comment from one stupid baby who said, "Boring. So why are you here?" If you, and that's something that I find very interesting. I would really hope that the bridge we would love to see created between Indian cinema and American cinema. You can be sure that Corbin and I are going to start paying close attention to the most important award ceremonies and be rooting and looking forward to those who get nominated for stuff in the important awards in India, as we're learning more and more about the awards that are given out. But I've seen comments from a few people who like poo-poo on the Oscars and how India doesn't need to be connected to the Oscars, and I don't understand that. Why wouldn't you want to be connected to the Oscars? Why wouldn't we want to see? I mean, I don't understand. If we want to see America pay closer attention to Indian cinema than those who love Indian cinema, I would hope you love American cinema. And this is the highest honor that can be given to anything in American cinema. So the nominees there, supporting actors, I am transcendently disappointed in the Academy, as I have been in the Globes and the SAGs. I just don't understand. I'm really, 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 really happy that they acknowledged Anthony Hopkins, because our own acting guild, Screen Actors Guild, somehow everybody was smoking crack or didn't watch The Two Popes to nominate Anthony Hopkins for a SAG. And the work that he and Jonathan Pryce do in The Two Popes is off the charts, as good as acting gets. And Corbin and I have been dumbfounded, as well as Stephanie, who saw it, is why The Lighthouse got ignored by everybody and why Willem Dafoe was ignored by everybody. One of the biggest snubs that I've seen in a long, long time, because The Lighthouse is one of the best films of the year. And it's just very disappointing. And I've heard great things about Jamie Foxx. I haven't seen Jamie Foxx's performance yet, but I've heard great things about Jamie Foxx. And Brad Pitt, loved him in Once Upon a Time, and he won the Globe, obviously. But guys, I was really disappointed in Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, as well as I was disappointed in that film as a whole. And I mean, Al Pacino's great in everything he does. He always brings Oscar-level acting. He was miscast in The Irishman, and just because it's Martin Scorsese and just because it's Al Pacino doesn't mean you miss the fact that he was miscast in that film. And he did a good job. And again, I felt Joe Pesci was a more viable candidate for supporting actor. But to nominate Hanks and Pacino and ignore Willem Dafoe is pretty unforgivable for me, man. Now let's talk about the better stuff. Freaking Joker getting sound and sound editing. Got sound mixing and sound editing, which, by the way, if you don't know the differences in that category, it's the technical differences of the blending of the sounds and the recording of the sounds versus the actual and the taking into the sounds on set, as well as the mixing all of those sounds together, as well as editing the sounds, making them match the visual. So it's usually you get the same nominees, but sometimes you don't. You sometimes get one nominee for sound mixing and one nominee for sound editing. And John Williams, that was probably a tip of the hat because that's John Williams' last Star Wars film. So the Academy nominated him. He's worthy. If they had done that and not nominated Joker for score, I'd have been really angry. Thankfully, they nominated Joker for score. I'm really happy they nominated Scarlett Johansson for supporting actress in JoJo. I was concerned that she might possibly get ignored in that regard, and she's had a great year. She's going to get nominated for 2 things this year. She's going to get nominated for actor as well for Marriage Story, which is categories that are coming up. The categories they haven't touched on yet are Best Actress, Best Actor. They haven't touched on Original Screenplay, Adapted Screenplay, Picture, Director. So here we go. They're coming back. At least that's what the screen is telling me. Be interesting to see what they do. Parasite gets a Best Picture nom, and I'm really pulling for Lupita Nyong'o for actress, man. Oh, I hope they don't ignore Lupita. And I just really hope they don't ignore Lupita. She deserves a nom for what she did in Us. Here we go.
For those just joining us, good morning. And for those watching, welcome back. You already know it. The Academy's documentary branch oversees 2 categories.
Oh, The Great Hack. The Great Hack.
American Factory. The Cave.
Come on, The Great Hack.
The Edge of Democracy.
The Great Hack.
Persona.
Oh, come on.
And Honeyland.
Ah, you suck.
And here are the nominees for Best Documentary Short Subject. In the Absence. Learning to skateboard in a war zone if you're a girl. Life Overtakes Me. St. Louis Superman. And Walk, Run.
Smeech Mundra and Sami Khan, St. Louis Superman. Wait a minute, those names.
That must be the best collection of titles.
Yeah, I
That
think
category
so.
right there. The newly renamed Best International Feature Film Award.
Ha!
Voted on by Academy members across all branches from around the world. And the nominees
Parasite,
are
of course.
Corpus Christi, Poland.
International. They've changed it from foreign film to international film.
Honeyland, North Macedonia. Les Miserables, France.
Parasite.
Pain and Glory, Spain. And Parasite,
There you
South
go.
Korea.
They let them sweat it out.
The Production Design branch nominates these films for achievement in
1917. Once Upon a Time.
The
Irishman. Yeah. Jojo Rabbit. Yes! Heck yeah!
1917.
If Joker's in there, I'm going to freak out.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Totally deserving.
And Parasite.
Yeah, wow! Okay, that's going to get a Best Picture.
I used to production design.
No way.
I didn't. Yeah.
You lied to me. God. Here are the nominees for achievement in film editing, voted by the Academy's Film Editors Branch. Ford versus Ferrari.
Wow. A lot of technical things for Ford versus Ferrari.
The Irishman.
And Irish.
Jojo Rabbit.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Joker. And Parasite.
Wow. Parasite's going to for sure get a Best Picture nom.
For achievement in cinematography, the cinematographer's branch nominates the following films.
Once Upon a Time.
The Irishman.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Joker.
Wow.
The Lighthouse. 1917.
Finally, the Lighthouse.
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You got this? We're doing great.
I do.
We're killing it.
Are we?
Nominate us.
All right, yeah. I like that talk. The Academy's Visual Effects branch nominates the following films for achievement in visual effects: Avengers: Endgame,
Deserving.
The Irishman,
Seriously?
The Lion King, 1917,
I know why they did Irishman.
and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Dang, your son wins again. Killing it. For achievement in makeup and hairstyling, the members of this branch nominate the following films: Bombshell,
Interesting.
Joker,
Yeah, baby.
Judy,
Yeah, good job.
Maleficent, Mistress of Evil,
Hey, what?
and 1917.
Air show. Best animated feature film is voted on by the short films and feature animation
Missing Link and
branch, as
Frozen
well
2.
as members of the animation community across
Frozen
all
2 and
branches.
Missing Link.
Here are the nominees: How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, I Lost My Body, Klaus, Missing Link,
There you go.
and Toy Story 4.
No Frozen 2. Interesting.
For achievement in original song, the music branch nominates
Better put Frozen in here now.
I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4. I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man. I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. Into the Unknown from Frozen 2.
There it is.
And Stand Up from Harriet. Wow, bossy song title here.
The Writers Branch
Here we go.
oversees 2 categories. First, here are the nominees
JoJo
for
and Joker
Adapted
and Two Popes.
Screenplay. The Irishman, Stephen Zalian.
Okay.
Jojo Rabbit,
Yes!
Taika Waititi. Joker, Todd Phillips and Scott Silver. Little Women, Greta Gerwig.
Ooh.
And the Two Popes, Anthony McCartney.
Slip in there.
Yeah. And for writing, original screenplay, the
Marriage Story.
the branch,
Marriage
nominate
Story. Marriage Story.
Knives Out, Ryan Johnson.
Marriage Story. Thank
Marriage
you.
Story,
Totally
Noah Baumbach.
deserving.
Did it.
1917, Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson.
Here comes Tarantino.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino. And Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, Han Jin-won.
Extraordinary.
You killed that. That was a lot of names.
Yeah.
So proud of you. For performance by an actor in a leading role, the Actors Branch nominates
Joaquin Phoenix.
Antonio Banderas. in
Wow.
Glory.
They're not going to nominate Jonathan Pryce.
Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver in Marriage Story.
Joaquin and Taryn.
Joaquin Phoenix in Joker.
And Taryn Edgerton.
And Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes.
Oh,
For performance by an actress in the leading role, the Actors Branch nominates Cynthia Erivo in Harriet,
Lupita.
Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story,
Absolutely. There's the double whammy.
Saoirse Ronan in Little Women,
They're going to choose that over Lupita.
Charlize Theron in Bombshell,
And Renee Zellweger.
and Renee Zellweger in Judy.
Ladies. For achievement in directing, the Directors Branch of the Academy nominates The Irishman, Martin Scorsese.
Not a surprise. Todd Phillips, man.
Joker, Todd Phillips.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
1917,
Are they going to give it to Bong Joon-ho?
And Parasite.
Yep,
Bong Joon-ho.
they did. Extraordinary.
Congratulations to that man. And finally, all voting members of the Academy have nominated the following films for Best Picture.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Wow.
Peter Chernin, Jano Topping,
Good movie.
and James Mangold, producers.
Very good movie.
The Irishman, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Jane Rosenthal, and Emma Tillinger-Koskoff, producers.
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Joker, Todd Phillips, Bradley Cooper, and Emma Tillinger-Koskoff.
That makes me so happy.
Little Women, Amy Pascal, producers.
Interesting. Wow.
Marriage Story,
Yes.
Noah Baumbach, and David Heyman, producers.
1917, Sam Mendes, Pippa Harris, Jane Ann Tinkin, and Callum McDougall, producers.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, David Heyman, Shannon McIntosh, and Quentin Tarantino, producers.
And Parasite,
Yep.
Kwak Shin-hye and Bong Joon-ho, producers.
That's it.
Congratulations to all the nominees.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And
Okay.
who wins the gold at the 92nd Oscars, Sunday, February 9th. We did it.
All right, sorry, I'm turning down the volume, and I had to get quiet. I was a little too loud. In fact, I was being reserved in my quietness. I woke up, hell, I feel really bad because it is 5:41 in the morning here. Okay, so can we just talk about the shocker of all shocks right now? I'm thrilled, beyond thrilled, that Jonathan Pryce was nominated. That was one of my big hopefuls. Taron Egerton won the Golden Globe, and he wasn't nominated. Personally, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not bothered by that per se, because I thought Taron's work was very solid and very good. I walked away from it not thinking it was necessarily Oscar worthy. Comparatively, the work of Jonathan Pryce is just transcendently flawless. He and Hopkins were the two I was hoping the most, especially since Screen Actors Guild ignored Anthony Hopkins. So shame on you, SAG members. The Academy got it right. And I'm really happy for Scarlett Johansson, and because this is the best work she's done this year in those two films, Jojo Rabbit and in Marriage Story. Thrilled that Marriage Story got a writing nomination. Come on, baby, Joker. Joker got more noms than I was anticipating, and there was a lot of questions around town as to if Todd Phillips would make the really tight category, and it's tough. In all sincerity, guys, I love Martin Scorsese. He is, without question, one of the greatest, and some would say the greatest. He's in that conversation, cinematic directors in American film of all time, okay? Irishman wasn't that good. It was enjoyable. If Scorsese directs and De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci are acting, it's gonna be high caliber, high quality. However, Taika Waititi, what he did with Jojo Rabbit versus what was done on Irishman. Now, I understand, if you didn't know this about the Irishman was groundbreaking. And that quite possibly could be why the Academy, because here's the way it works. If you didn't know this, each category is selected by by members who do that discipline. So, for example, directors choose directors, actors choose actors, writers choose writers. The only category that all members vote on is Best Picture. So the directors, who are parts of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, selected the Best Director category. And it's my suspicion, especially since it got visual effects. If you haven't seen behind the scenes, Scorsese did something that's never been done before with the visual effects on the makeup. And if you didn't know what visual effects were in The Irishman, they changed the age of Pesci and De Niro, and I think they did some on Pacino as well. But that was something that's not been done before. The way that they did it, the cameras that were used for it, there were like 7 cameras being used at all times. And it was the first time really that CGI was used this way to create age makeup that was typically done with makeup before. And it wasn't without flaw, but I think that's why the Academy selected Scorsese primarily. I personally, if you said, let's sit down and watch a movie, and the 2 choices were The Irishman and Jojo Rabbit wins every single time. I will watch Jojo Rabbit again and again and want to watch it with other people. Irishman I enjoyed, but if I ever watch it again, it doesn't bother me. If it was on and I saw it, it would be fine, but I'm not that excited about it. So yeah, Taron Egerton, oh my goodness. Again, I'm thrilled for Jonathan Pryce, but Taron's got to be slack-jawed right now. And Joaquin Phoenix, we knew he was going to get nominated, and I'm really happy that Charlize Theron is so deserving of a nomination. I'm very upset. I don't know why Lupita was ignored. It's tough. It's tough. So anyway, and what happened this year with Parasite is pretty much unprecedented, guys, and it's very encouraging. 2 things happened with foreign film this year. They changed the name of the category. It's no longer called foreign film. It's called Best International Feature. And that is very encouraging because they've eliminated the word foreign and made people think about it being as international, not something foreign to America. That's deeply, deeply encouraging. I didn't know the Academy was doing that. And the fact that Parasite, a South Korean film, was treated like any other film. This has not happened before. It happened with Roma, really. Roma was groundbreaking. Last year, representing Mexico. And now Parasite is another film, and I hope this pattern continues where the Academy looks at films outside of America and doesn't just acknowledge them as an international film, but acknowledges them as a film that everyone should have seen this year, because I didn't write them all down. I believe it got editing. I believe it got screenplay. I know it got director. I know it got Best Picture. I think Parasite got at least 5 or 6 Oscar nominations, which is going to be a massive. There are now going to be people in the United States who see Parasite that wouldn't have seen it now because of the Oscar nominations, and as well as 2 popes, which makes me so happy. There will be people who now watch Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Pryce. And we knew how good Joker was, and we were hoping it would get multiple noms and wouldn't get snubbed. So all in all, I think the Academy did some really good, wonderful acknowledgments that even Screen Actors Guild missed. But the biggest snub that everyone will be talking about is Taron Egerton. They'll be talking about Taika Waititi not being included, but that was a tough category. And you're also going to hear again, no women nominated in the director category. Anyway, there you go. Oscar, I'd be interested to see what Corbin thinks. We often will be texting each other back and forth, but I was spending the time with you guys. And if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't it a short film? Those names, that I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure those are Indian creators, and that's an Indian short film. I'm gonna look into that and see. Yes, some of you guys are confirming that. Yes, I thought so by the name. So there you go, guys. I'm going to go get another cup of coffee. Hopefully I'm more quiet, and I think Harrell could go back to sleep. I feel really bad. I'll see y'all later. Bye.